Cody Rhodes and WWE are being sued. Bryan Danielson has received a legal warning from WWE, and the Vince McMahon docuseries trailer has been released. It's time for the news. Bit of a weird one to kick things off with, but Cody Rhodes, WWE, and Fanatics are all being sued by a musician over the use of the American Nightmare trademark. This musician, a guy called Wesley Isold, is claiming that Rhodes isn't following the terms first agreed in a March 2019 settlement. This was first reported by Post Wrestling. So this guy, Wesley Isold, is the co-founder and lead singer of the band American Nightmare. I'm a big fan of their work, and he's held a trademark since 2016 for the term for use in music, clothing, and entertainment services. So this lawsuit alleges trademark infringement, breach of contract, and intentional interference with contractual relations. The band's been going for a long time now, since 1998. They're still touring as recently as 2023, so they're still used $1,000 related to the trademark infringement and looking to recover legal fees. So this relates to a settlement that took place in March 2019, where Cody basically paid 30 grand to use the trademark American Nightmare, but there were a couple of conditions for its use.
Yes, under the condition that such items prominently use Rhodes' name, likeness, or wrestling-related imagery in a size at least 75% larger than the American Nightmare text, according to Post Wrestling.
So basically, he can print some merch, right, that says American Nightmare on it, but it needs to be accompanied by a picture of Cody or some wrestling-related imagery or something like that, which is at least 75% times bigger than American Nightmare. We have done some journalism. We've done some investigative. See, everything here is hunky-dory. Yeah, it says American Nightmare on it, but it's always got a picture of Cody or the big logo or something like that. It's all hunky-dory until Andrew spotted some pants.
It was the pants, everybody. So the pants on the bottom cheeks has American Nightmare plastered all. I can't believe I'm doing it. The logo is a lot. Basically, I think there's going to be a few. The bottom. Yes, they do. But I mean, I don't know how much of it is. Actually, you know, when the merch comes in, does Cody go, yeah, that's good? Or do WWE just like.
Some do, some don't. Punk was one person that was notable for being very hands-on with his merch design. I don't know if Cody is or isn't. Maybe he would be, just because he's got the trademark, he's got the agreement to use the American Nightmare thing, but I'm not 100% on that. We don't know if it's related to the pants specifically. And obviously WWE shop isn't going to show every bit of Cody Rhodes merch because some of it goes out of stock and is discontinued. I would assume that this guy Wesley has some examples of them breaching this agreement now, or with an out-of-court settlement, and he might get a few quid from it. I don't expect it to progress to a full lawsuit. They'll just want to be done with this as quick as possible. It wouldn't surprise me if they breach this. I mean, we think they have with the pants, but we're not experts. Andrew Danielson has received a legal warning from WWE related to the trademark. Yes. He filed to register that trademark on July 20, informing him that he was infringing.
He said, well, so it's weird. I applied for it, but then it wasn't necessarily a cease and desist. I got some sort of legal letter from WWE. He laughed. Listen, it's really weird. And it wasn't that much. And I was like, okay, sure. And then shortly after that, I got an email from WWE saying, oh, this is infringing on this or that or whatever. And I'm like, dude, I'm not trying to sell anybody anything. I just do my thing. Yes.
And he wasn't originally doing it, was he?
No.
The crowd certainly were. Like, he's making his entrance. Everybody's yesing. They're not going to sue everyone in the crowd. So he started doing it. I think it was Forbidden Door 2023 is when he actually properly got into doing the yes stuff. And he's since used it pretty regularly since that point, including at All In, which is just gone. He noted back in AEW, he's been gone for 3 years now. Kevin Dunn obviously no longer with WWE.
It's so hard not to do it though, when the crowd are all into it and the adrenaline in the moment as well. And that's something that feels so intrinsically connected to Danielson as well.
Oh,
so
for sure.
It must be so hard not to do that in the first place.
Yeah, isn't it?
And everything too.
Yeah.
So maybe it's sort of in relation to that as well. I'm not too sure.
Why should yes be different to any other catchphrase?
Right? Exactly.
Like American Nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're all guilty as far as I'm concerned. Oh, speaking of which, Rich Swann has been found guilty of disorderly public intoxication and causing a disturbance in a Florida court this week. PW Insider reporting that. Swann was fined $203, ordered to serve 6 months probation, and also fined an additional $285.38 in related fees. He pleaded no contest to the charges and was subsequently found guilty by the courts. This relates back to an incident in June in Almont Springs, and he was charged with disorderly public intoxication and called his own home, and he told the homeowner that it was him that lived there. And then there was another call later on from a woman claiming that Swann had followed her to the door when the TNA star approached her, allegedly asking Swann not to follow her, and then she ran home. He was suspended by TNA Wrestling when they found out about this arrest. He's entered rehab since, and recently shared on Facebook that he's been sober for 60 days. So hopefully he continues to be sober. He's a very, very talented wrestler, but he has now been sentenced. We finish off with more sort of legal news as the Vince McMahon docuseries trailer has been released. Netflix is premiering that documentary series on September 25th of this year. You're not going to have to wait too long. It's called Mr. McMahon. I'm sure you know all about it by now, but the trailer was released yesterday, opening with Vince saying, "People have wondered who I really am, you know. The portrayal of me is I'm a bad guy, but no one really knows me." So hot start there. There's interviews. A few talking heads already featured in this, and we know a few of the names now that you can expect to see. Some big names, in fact. You got Vince McMahon himself, who was apparently interviewed for over 200 hours.
Yes.
Over a long period of time, all pre this stuff coming out, all pre-resignation. So you obviously got Vince in there himself. You got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Hulk Hogan, Steve Austin, John Cena, Bruce Pritchard, Eric Bischoff, Jimmy Hart, Bret Hart, Paul, Triple H Levesque, and David Shoemaker of The Ringer, all included in that trailer. And we now know a little bit more about what it's going to cover over the episodes as well.
Yeah, WWE's rise, the 1994 steroid trial, the Benoit family tragedy, and Janelle Grant's abuse allegations against McMahon are among the topics that will be covered in that. However, as we said prior to this, when we were talking about the documentary, Grant was not interviewed for the series, though producers did actually reach out to her.
I can't wait to see it.
Me neither. That opening line, and obviously knowing everything that has happened since then, I was like, my God. It's going to be a really fascinating watch for sure.
It is. I think that probably, realistically, the first 4.5 to 5 episodes are going to be stuff that we as wrestling fans know. We know the well-documented stuff from the past, like the steroid trial, so well documented, the Benoit family tragedy, and hearing a little bit more about that, I think is going to be really interesting. It's not a surprise that Janelle Grant isn't going to participate in this. She was, apparently asked to be interviewed for it, but they did a real investigation happening at the moment. It doesn't surprise me at all, nor would it be sensible for her to appear in this. But hearing what some of those talking heads have to say, to see that one. But if you've not seen the trailer yet, it's well worth checking out. It's on Netflix's YouTube channel. You won't find it difficult to seek that out. So hope you enjoyed about 10 minutes of legal news there. There's lots going on, isn't there?
There is lots going on.
An awful lot going on. Best of luck to Cody Rhodes and WWE and Fanatics for the whole pants thing. Once again, pictures, more news depending on what happens throughout the day. If not, see you when we see you. Take care of yourselves. In a bit.